Hello, good morning. Welcome to Better Life. I'm Dr. Ayo Akinshete. Today we are going to continue with Transform Your Thinking. I'm taking part 2 today. Transform Your Thinking. Transform Your Thinking. I will start from Mark chapter 7. Mark chapter 7, verse 21 to 22. Mark chapter 7, 21 to 22. For from within, Jesus speaking, for from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murders, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. And defile the man, and defile the man. Jesus was emphasizing a principle here that what a man eats, what goes into a man is not what defile him. Even though what you eat can eat you up, what you eat can destroy you, but it cannot defile you. What you eat into your stomach cannot defile you. What can defile you is what is coming from your heart out. What you are brewing in your heart, what you are cooking in your heart that is going to come out. And that's the place of thinking. So what Jesus emphasized from these scriptures that we have just read is that your thinking can defile you. What you are thinking can defile you. What you are thinking can defile you. Then he mentioned things that can be going on in the heart of a man that nobody will see. He said that which comes out of the man, that defile him. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries. So when you think adultery, you have defiled yourself. Now you may not have committed it on the outside. If you have committed it inside, you have done it. You are already defiled. You are already contaminated. Where? In your thinking. So if you can monitor your thinking, you can monitor your life. If your thinking is pure, your life will be pure. If your thinking is holy, your life will be holy. If your thinking is rich, you will be rich. Everything starts from your thinking. So transformation in your thinking is transformation in your life. In your life. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 23. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 23. It says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Your heart is the place from where you think. And the scripture told us categorically here, that is where life comes from. Out of your heart are the issues of life. Your heart, your heart, your heart, your heart. So every waking day, you have to monitor your heart like you monitor your child. You have to monitor your heart like you monitor every other part of your life. Your heart is so important to your life, it's so cardinal to your well-being that the scripture is admonishing us. God is giving us a command to guard it. Guard it. Guard it. Your heart is a weapon. And you see, the weapon can work against you if you don't use it properly. Your heart is a missile. You can fire it against yourself if you don't use it properly. So the scripture is giving a warning. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. The reason you have to guard your heart is because your heart can go haywire. Your heart can cross its boundaries. Your heart it can do any nonsense. That's one very bad thing about the mind. So you have to guard it. The word guard there is like barricade, is control, set boundaries for it. That's what you are supposed to do. So you are the umpire of your mind. You are the soldier of your mind. You are the security man of your mind. If you don't secure your mind will go haywire. 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 Your mind is like your security dog. If you leave your gate open, it will go out. And it can go out and eat nonsense that you don't want it to eat. It can go out and even hurt people. And ultimately, if your security dog goes out and hurt anybody, it is coming back to you. Yeah, I remember sometimes that our gate was opened and one of our dogs stepped out and hurt somebody. We took the person to the clinic. We paid for the treatment. That's the same way it is with your heart. If you don't guard your mind, if you don't guard your thinking, it is going to go haywire. It is going to delve into evils, and the danger is coming back to you. Yeah, the evil will come back to you. So you have to guard it. You have to guard it. The mind is loose. If you don't give it assignment, it will give itself assignment. So you have to guard it. The mind is wayward. You have to guard it. It can travel in any direction. So you have to make sure you are the soldier, you are the security man of your mind. Look, this is not how you're talking. This is the scriptures talking to you. This is God giving you an assignment to your mind, because God created your mind. He knows what your mind can do. God knows the capacity of your mind. God knows how far your mind can go. The mind can think virtually about anything. What you have seen, what you have heard before now. Your mind can pick up anything from the archives. The things you had 10 years ago, what you saw 15 years ago. If you don't give your mind a present assignment, it can pick from any of those nonsense in the archives and begin to work on them. The mind is always thinking. The mind is always working. So you as a person, if you don't want your mind to start thinking of nonsense, to start thinking about rubbish, you have to give it assignment. It's part of God. When you are guarding your mind, it's not about just being sensitive and alert. It is also about giving your mind assignment. Your mind is going to think on nonsense if you don't give it assignment. Now, I read the scripture to explain that from Romans chapter 12. Romans chapter 12, I read verse 1 and 2. Romans chapter 12, from verse 1 to 2. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the message of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So if you renew your mind, you will be transformed. You see what I said? You renew your mind, you are the one that will be transformed. You renew your mind, you are the one that will be transformed. Just as good as saying, if your mind, let's call it your police dog now, goes out and hurt anybody, the expenditure comes back to you. The pain comes back to you. The waste of money comes back to you. When you renew your mind, you will be transformed. Now, renewing the mind comes with the use of information. Yeah, information. That's why you have to guard it. Now that you are pump reasonable information, now that you are pump powerful information into your mind, you have to guard it to ensure nonsense does not come into it. You have to delete all the old rubbish that have been stacked up in your mind and then replace it with new ones and guard it. Guard it. The content of your mind will be the content of your thought, and your thought will determine your life. If what your mind is thinking on, if the content of your thoughts are not good enough, you need to replace those content. Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. You renew your mind with new information, better information than the old ones, healthy information, holy information. When you do that, you renew the mind. When the mind is renewed, the thoughts will be renewed. Let me come one more time. The content of your mind will be the content of your thinking. The content of your mind will be the content of your thinking. What you have loaded in your mind, that's what your mind will think about. And your thought determines your life. So when you renew your mind, ultimately, you will renew your thinking. And then you are renewing your life. If you put new information in your mind, you will have new things to think about, and your life will have new results. So don't only look for new results. Work on renewing the content of your mind. That is not going to take a day or a week. That is something you do every day. And that's where guarding your mind also comes in. Many of us think that we guard our mind by only prayer. No. No, the things you allow yourself to see, the kind of movies you watch, all these blue movies you are watching, all the nonsense you read, all the stupid magazine you are reading, you know what you are doing? You are stocking your mind with information. Yeah, you are. You are stocking your mind with information. You are loading the shelf of your mind with information. Ultimately, your mind is going to think on some of those information. And ultimately, your life is going to reflect what your mind is thinking. So, there must be a deliberate effort from day to day to load your mind with positive information, to load your mind with godly information, to load your mind with information that can take you forward, to load your mind with information that can advance your cause. Look, you can't just be careless about what enters your mind. For your information, your eyes are doors to your mind, your ears are doors to your mind. Yeah, they are. They are. They are. So you have to be perceptive, you have to be careful. That's how to guard your mind. There must be deliberateness. I remember back on campus, we went to visit one of our friends, wanted to have a group discussion. So we were supposed to go to his house to do it. We had been divided in the class, and then we went to his house, about 5 or 6 of us. It was not time. We were still waiting for others to join us. He slot in a movie. And then, pam, 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 the movie started. It took almost 5 minutes before I discovered it was a sexually explicit movie. The moment I discovered, I didn't tell him to remove it. It was not my room. It was not my room. I didn't have that authority. The moment I discovered that, I said, "Oh, gentlemen, excuse me, I can't watch that." I carried my folder, rose up, and left. The owner of the room rushed after me and said, I know you are pastor. Pastor, come, I will remove it. He went ahead and removed it and put a healthy CD, a healthy movie. And then I waited. Look, it was my duty to mind what enters my mind. If they are not minding what enters their mind, I am minding what enters my mind. I am living holy because I am putting holy things in my mind. So my mind is thinking on holy things. I am righteous because I am putting righteous content in my mind. My mind is thinking on righteous things. So my life is righteous. That's how it works. So the guarding the scripture is talking about, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. That's the kind of guarding the Bible is talking about. You are guarding your heart when you mind the information that come into your heart. You mind what to see, you mind what to hear. What are you doing? You are guarding your heart. Because everything you see, everything you hear is dropping in your mind. Those are the information, those are the measures by which information enter into your mind. That's what you must guard. So it's not something you do just once a while. It's not something you do only in public. It's something you do everywhere. Even when you are alone, mind what to watch. The undoing of very many youth in our generation is Android phone. Android phone. They don't need television anymore. They don't need decoder. Android phone has destroyed more lives than it has helped. Now that you have the freedom to hold an Android, you can go anywhere, you can travel anywhere. You are filling your mind with negative content, with demonic content, and you are expecting your life to reflect the opposite. It does not happen like that. Transform the content, you will transform your thinking. Transform your thinking, you will transform your life. That's how it works. So monitor the content that enters your heart. That's how to guard your heart. I'm going to stop here for today. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.